WeAreChange St. Louis recently visited the University of Missouri to ask some questions and get some reactions from both students and staff and anybody else passing by.
What is the Federal Reserve? Is it A, a branch of the federal government, or B, a privately owned offshore banking cartel?
I'm gonna go with A.
Technically, it's run by the government, but who knows?
Can't possibly an offshore banking cartel. It's got to be A.
Oh no, it's a part of the U.S. government.
But it's actually an offshore, privately owned foreign bank, it's a centralized bank. Look that up. That's awesome. It's B. It's actually an offshore, privately owned banking cartel. It is not. It's no more federal than Federal Express, actually. So, quick question.
Like many Americans today, most think that the Federal Reserve is a branch of the United States government simply because the word federal is deceptively inserted into the name. In reality, the Federal Reserve is a privately owned centralized banking system owned and operated by foreign interests and stockholders with no oversight or accountability from the United States government whatsoever. Next, we show a photo of the Pentagon just moments after the attack, prior to the collapse of the outer walls.
Have you seen this photograph before?
No.
Yeah. Can you point to where a 747 Boeing jetliner going hundreds of miles an hour may have hit that building? Again, 747 Boeing airliner going hundreds of miles an hour. Can you kind of point to the area where that may have
I don't see it.
going on? Like, where do you
imagine that it'd be? I can't really tell. Oh, at the very top.
Unfortunately, no one we asked was ever able to identify the point of impact. I guess you'll have to judge this one for yourself. In November 2012, Proposition 37 and the initiative to label all foods containing genetically modified organisms was shockingly defeated, sparking debate all across the world. With Monsanto headquartered right here in St. Louis, we decided to ask people what they thought about labeling GMOs.
But personally, do you believe that if food contains genetically modified organisms, they should state it on the label?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm reading for it.
And that California, they just tried to pass that and it got shut down, unfortunately. So, have you seen pictures of the rats from the recent study in France? This is rats fed nothing but genetically modified organisms.
That's disgusting.
GMOs in lab animals have caused tumors, and this is exactly some of the things that are in the food system. How does that make you feel?
Well, assuming that that's good science and assuming that it was done well and all that, then I would not feel good about it. I would have to investigate it myself.
Sure,
I wouldn't go
exactly.
Next, we help shatter the left-right paradigm by revealing just how similar the two parties that dominate over our political system truly are.
Which party or which candidate or president supports the continuation and expansion of drone bombing in countries that we are not even have yet declared war with? Is that supported by the warmongering Mitt Romney or the Nobel Peace Prize winning Barack Obama?
I'd have to go with Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney or Barack Obama?
Romney. I'm guessing Mitt Romney because
I believe it's Obama. I know this.
You're absolutely right. Mitt Romney also, however, put his hat into the race and supports it as well, actually.
I'm not surprised.
Actually, they both support it. Actually, it's both. They both support that. Which party or which candidate supports the arrest and indefinite detention of any American citizen at any time under the president's discretion in order to fight the war on terror? This is otherwise known as the NDAA. Who supports that? The Nobel Peace Prize winner Obama or warmongering Mitt Romney?
I'd say Romney.
Which?
I have no idea.
I really don't know. I would imagine both of them probably support it.
You're right. Actually, both of them support it. And the reason why we ask those questions, there's probably about another 10 other items that Democrats and Republicans agree on exactly. Banker bailouts, things like that nature, Patriot Act, warrantless spying, things of that nature. So that's why we asked that one.
Even though the awareness to the dangers of fluoride is quickly rising, word cannot get out fast enough. Based on primitive science, we have allowed this toxic substance to remain in our water supply for decades. A research team led by scientists at the Harvard School of Public Health sparked national headlines in July when they reported that the vast majority of the research that has been conducted on fluoride and human intelligence has found significant reductions in childhood IQ.
How do you feel now knowing that the EPA's own scientists and toxicologists have sent open letters to their bosses saying to remove fluoride from public water supply? What do you think about that?
Fluoride bad?
I'm kind of surprised about that because I don't think there's anything wrong with fluoride in the water. Actually, you know.
I know they used to use fluoride as a mind control. They did experiments on that back in the 50s.
You know that? Interesting.
Doesn't sound very
How do you feel about the new Harvard study linking fluoride to neurotoxicity, lowering the IQs of children, and maybe negatively affected cognitive development?
You know, one of the things about science is that there's always contradictory studies. People are always agreeing, disagreeing, you know, that kind of thing. But I would check it out, you know.
All right, well, that's great, man.
WeAreChange is a nonpartisan independent media organization comprised of individuals and groups working to expose corruption worldwide. We seek to connect, educate, and motivate those who are interested in alerting the public to the pertinent issues that are affecting our lives each and every day. Getting involved is easy. You can join an existing WeAreChange chapter, or you can start your own. Finally, we would like to thank all those who participated in the making of this video, as well as you, the viewer.
When you were headed to NSA, NSA officials were caught listening to people's private sex phone conversations for kicks. How do you respond to such gross violations of privacy?
I hope I didn't say either of those things.
But you did, and it's written. Do you retract them?
I'm focused on my job.
So you're not retracting that? Do you still believe that? Do you still believe that people shouldn't have freedom of speech?
Thanks very much. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about this.